This is the website ien.leagueos.gg. This is what we're referring to as our V1 site. It is currently still live, but will eventually be going away. You can still do everything on this site for now, and some things you do have to do on this site, particularly chess and Tetris at the moment, need to be completed on the V1 site in terms of score reporting and finishing matches. So make sure if you're playing chess or Tetris, you're on the V1 site. Other than that, most everything can be done on the dashboard, which you can get to via the bottom left button or by going to app.leagueos.gg. When you sign in, make sure that your team name is up on the left-hand side. It'll load to your school page, which has every team in your school. Soon we will be able to archive these teams, so you'll be able to only see the ones that you need. But for now, it's a list of all of them. Maybe a new feature that you haven't quite seen or messed with yet is the comms button in the bottom left. This is going to be super useful for your matches that you're going to be completing. So, if I look at my Overwatch test, I see that I have a match here, and I click on that. You'll see the chat box, so I can type to the opposing coach and say hello. This is the match chat feature. There's also an admin chat feature that you can use to say help, and we'll be able to see that only as IEN admins, not the opposing coach. There's also a team chat feature. If needed, you can talk only to your team. But most of the time, you're probably going to live here in the match chat category. What you'll need to do is look at the top and see the match status. So we're currently in checking in. Over on the right-hand side, there are a few buttons. You can forfeit the match, which we hope doesn't happen. But if necessary, there's that button. The check-in team button is probably the most important at the beginning of the match. You're going to click that button, and then you're going to be able to select your team members that are playing, who's here for the match. You can select everyone who's here. This team seems that I have 5, and I'll check in myself as the coach, and then I hit the ready button. I am able to now wait until my opponent has also checked in. If they don't, there's also a claim forfeit button that you can check. If after 15 minutes or so your opponent doesn't show up, you can hit that claim forfeit button. But here on my other screen, I'll check in my other players and I'll hit ready. Now we'll see, okay, both teams have checked in and we can start the match by clicking the start match button. Once we do that, it'll load into game 1 here at the top, you can see. And in each game, we need to check our specific lineup for who's playing. If it matches the players that you chose at the beginning of the match, you're done here. If not, you can select some different ones and say specifically who is playing and who's not. From there, we can go to the game results tab, which is next up. Here in game results, we can report scores. So maybe my test team beat my varsity team. That sounds about right. So we can put in scores and mark the winner. We can upload proof of results eventually. We don't need to worry about that now. We can also set maps, game modes, and lots of other information, including player stats, and what roles and heroes players are playing. Now, eventually, this will all be automated for us, for Overwatch and as many other titles as possible. For now, feel free to input as many results as you like. Valorant will currently automatically capture all this data through API connections. After we have that done, we can go on to the next game, Game 2. Again, checking our lineup to make sure it's correct, and then going to the game results tab. Again, let's say that my test team beat my varsity team. You'll notice up at the top, Game 1 has changed to a win with a 2-1 record. Game 2 is currently in progress, and I can see those results there now. If I would to click a Game 3, then I can see what happened in Game 1 and 2. Since this is the best of 3 configuration, I'm currently finished. Now, soon, and hopefully within the next week, maybe even by the time you're watching this video, there will at the top here be a match finished toggle for the status so you can finish your match. Currently, it is not here. So currently what we need to do is go back to the old V1 site, at least one of the coaches, and complete the match. That can be done a few different ways, but maybe the easiest way is to go back to your dashboard, and we'll see here, this team has this match, and over on the right hand side there's an arrow button that will take you to the V1 site. When you click that, it'll load in a new tab. It'll load into the V1 site. All of the same data will be there that you put in before. All that needs to happen is one of the coaches needs to click match finished. If both coaches do and confirm results, then it will automatically change to complete. If only one coach confirms results, then it will, after I think a period of an hour, mark 2 match finished and completed anyway. But please, at least one of you needs to complete that step of confirming results in the V1 site currently. And now if we go back to comms and go back and see, we'll see that this match is marked verifying and it will show complete. So that's all that we need to do for that. Eventually, like I said, you will be able to live entirely in comms, and hopefully by the time you're watching this video, that's already true. As always, if you need help, reach out to someone on the board via Discord, and we're happy to help.